Hey folks, we're talking about how a South Carolina accident injury victim starts negotiating with the insurance company to get a settlement. The best way is through a demand letter. It's a settlement offer backed up by evidence. Let me tell you about the contents. First, you got to prove liability. That's legal fault. To do that, you're best off knowing the law so you know what facts prove fault. After you do that, to get your medical bills paid, you gotta be sure the doctor clearly relates your injuries to the accident. The medical records sometimes aren't that clear, and when they're not, you can't count on the insurance company to just agree to pay them. That's why we often meet with doctors at my firm to talk to them to make sure the injuries are related to the accident. And what I do after that is I come back to the office and I draw up a questionnaire for the doctor, which is a very simple yes or no question document for him to answer and return back to us about the key medical issues in the case. When he fills that out, insurance adjusters and defense lawyers know the doctor's not going to back off that evidence, and it's solid. And then to get your medical bills paid, you got to make sure you gather up all the bills and it's the final amount. Now let's talk about a situation that arises in some serious injury cases where you need future medical care. If you're seriously hurt enough to need medical care beyond the settlement, you're hurt enough to require the services of an experienced personal injury attorney. The reason is you're in grave danger of being shortchanged. Finding out what kind of future medical care you need involves a serious, detailed conversation with the doctor, and computing the amount properly and legally may require the use of an expert to make sure that complex calculation gets done right. Again, this is where you are at high risk of being shortchanged if you've been seriously injured. And then after that, you go into what most people call pain and suffering. But just telling an insurance company, I got hurt, give me money, won't get you paid. Here's what you've got to be able to do, in my experience, which is clearly explain the nature of that loss. And I call it human loss because it's not just pain and suffering. It goes far beyond that. It includes loss of enjoyment of life, your physical and or mental disabilities, anything that is harder or impossible. And I have developed a way to make what those things are incredibly clear for the insurance company to help you get compensated for it. And as far as pain goes, it's just a word. It doesn't help an insurance company who doesn't want to understand anything. I've also developed a way to express pain in brief, meaningful terms that can help you earn a solid settlement. So you've gathered all this evidence, you've got your letter ready, now you've come to the really hard part, the hardest part of your case. What's it worth? Unless you've just been to the doctor a couple of times and this is a really simple case, you're probably just not going to have any idea what your case is worth. And that's why you need an experienced accident attorney to help you. Don't be the amateur going against a professional insurance adjuster who's trained to make sure you don't get a fair settlement. Get your questions answered and find out if you need the services of an experienced accident attorney so you don't get shortchanged or taken advantage of by an insurance company. Folks, my life's work is to give you an honest evaluation of your case and work to maximize your settlement. I'm here for you. Just call me. Even if I don't end up taking your case, I'm still going to answer your questions and give you some guidance. You literally have nothing to lose but just a little time. I thank you for thinking about this with me, and I hope I see you soon.